Thor, the god of thunder, protector of realms. In the ancient and vast world of Norse mythology, few figures are as mighty, beloved, and iconic as Thor, the god of thunder, lightning, storms, and protection. Known for his immense strength, unyielding bravery, and fierce loyalty, Thor was the defender of both gods and men, wielding his powerful hammer, Mjölnir, in battles that shaped the destiny of the Nine Realms. Thor's story is one of heroism, sacrifice, and his unwavering duty to safeguard the world from the chaotic forces that threatened it. The birth of Thor, son of Odin and Earth. Thor was born in the heart of Asgard, the home of the Aesir gods. His mother, Jord, the Earth, was a primordial being, a giantess who embodied the forces of nature, while his father, Odin, was the All-Father, ruler of Asgard and god of wisdom and war. Thor's birth was seen as a blessing, a sign of hope for the Aesir, for Odin knew that his son would become the greatest protector of the gods and the mortal realm, Midgard. From the moment of his birth, Thor was destined for greatness. His connection to the earth was deeply rooted in his mother, Jord, and his father's divine strength and wisdom imbued him with powers that made him both a warrior and a force of nature. While other gods were concerned with knowledge, magic, and strategy, Thor was different. He was a god of action, a protector whose power manifested in the stormy forces of nature. Mjölnir, the hammer of Thor. The symbol of Thor's immense power was his hammer, Mjölnir. Forged by the dwarven brothers Sindri and Brokrir, Mjölnir was no ordinary weapon. It was a weapon of destruction and protection, a tool capable of summoning lightning, crushing giants, and ensuring the safety of both gods and mortals. The hammer was imbued with the magic of thunder and the earth itself, and it was so powerful that no one could lift it but Thor. Legend tells of the creation of Mjölnir in a contest between Loki and the sons of Ivaldi, master craftsmen who were famous for their skill in creating magical items. Loki, ever the trickster, had cut off the hair of Sif, Thor's wife, as a prank. To avoid Thor's wrath, Loki promised to have the best craftsmen make Sif a new head of hair, as well as other magical items for the gods. In the process, Loki wagered with the sons of Ivaldi that they could not create items more wondrous than those crafted by the dwarf brothers Sindri and Brokir. The result was Mjölnir, an extraordinarily powerful hammer, but one with a handle shorter than intended, a consequence of Loki's interference. Despite its short handle, Mjölnir became Thor's greatest weapon, capable of devastating power. It could summon thunder and lightning, protect its wielder with divine energy, and return to Thor's hand when thrown. Thor's relationship with his hammer became legendary, and it was said that without Mjölnir, Thor would be a mere shadow of the force he was destined to be. Thor's mighty battles. Thor's role as the defender of both Asgard and Midgard, the realm of humans, was cemented in countless tales of his battles against the forces of chaos and evil, especially the giants. One of the most famous stories involving Thor is his journey to Jotunheim, the land of the giants, where he faced the giant king Thrym. Thrym had stolen Mjölnir and demanded the goddess Freya as his bride in exchange for its return. In order to retrieve his hammer, Thor, with the help of Loki, disguised himself as Freya, donning a bridal veil and a wedding gown. The plan was risky, but Thor's determination to get back his weapon and to protect the realms knew no bounds. Once in Thrym's hall, Thor revealed himself, smashing the giant king and his court with Mjölnir, reclaiming his hammer and restoring order. Another of Thor's most famous feats was his battle against the Midgard serpent, Jormungand. Jormungand was a massive sea serpent who encircled the world, and it was foretold that one day, Thor and the serpent would face off in the ultimate battle. During one of his fishing expeditions, Thor was tricked by the trickster god Loki into trying to catch the great serpent. Thor, with his massive strength and courage, cast a giant hook into the ocean. and was able to pull the serpent to the surface. In an epic struggle, Thor engaged in battle with Jormungandr, but the serpent was cunning and elusive, and their confrontation marked a fateful moment in the story of Ragnarok, the end of the world. The unstoppable Thor and his enemies. Thor's enemies were vast and varied, but none were as dangerous as the giants, the ancient enemies of the gods. The giants represented chaos, destruction, and the forces of nature that threatened to undo the order of the world. Thor's role was to fight back these ancient beings and protect the cosmic balance. One of Thor's greatest rivals was the giant Mjölnir. The story of their battle is filled with thunder and fury, for Mjölnir was a massive and powerful giant who challenged Thor to a duel. The two combatants fought with such strength that their clash caused earthquakes. Thor, with his hammer Mjölnir, struck the giant down, but not before Mjölnir hurled a stone at Thor, which struck him in the head. The stone became lodged in Thor's skull, but he did not die. Instead, Thor emerged victorious, a testament to his unyielding strength and resilience. Another notable battle was Thor's struggle with the giantess Gerd, who sought to kill the thunder god through trickery. Gerd, knowing that Thor was mighty but also prone to impulsive action, devised a cunning plan to weaken him. He invited Thor to his hall and secretly removed Thor's hammer, leaving him defenseless. Yet Thor, with the help of his companions, once again proved that it was not just his hammer that made him powerful. It was his will and determination. He outwitted Gerd and defeated her with sheer strength and cunning. Thor and the prophecy of Ragnarok. The most important event in Thor's life, and in all of Norse mythology, is the coming of Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world. Ragnarok was a cataclysmic event that would bring about the death of many gods, including Odin, Thor, and others. It was said that the great battle of Ragnarok would be fought between the forces of order, the gods, and chaos, the giants, monsters, and dark forces. In the final battle, Thor would face Jormungandr, the Midgard serpent, in a struggle that would be legendary. It was foretold that Thor and the serpent would slay each other in a violent and epic confrontation. Thor would strike the serpent with Mjölnir, killing it, but the serpent's venom would be so deadly that Thor would take only 9 steps before succumbing to death himself. Despite this grim prophecy, Thor faced his fate with courage and valor. The gods and their champions prepared for the final battle, knowing that it was a necessary part of the cosmic cycle. Thor, ever the warrior, knew that his role was to stand against the forces of destruction until his last breath. Thor's legacy. Though Thor perished in the battles of Ragnarok, his legacy lived on in the hearts of gods and mortals alike. He was remembered not just as the god of thunder and lightning, but as the protector of all that was good and just. His strength, bravery, and unshakable sense of duty became the model for warriors, heroes, and even kings in the 9 realms. In Asgard, Thor's name was synonymous with the forces of nature, both destructive and protective. His hammer, Mjölnir, was a symbol of his might, and it became an icon of hope for those who looked to the gods for protection. Even in the darkest times when the forces of chaos seemed unstoppable, Thor's legacy as a defender of order and balance gave strength to those who believed in him. For the mortals in Midgard, Thor was not only a god of thunder, but a god of farmers, warriors, and travelers. His storms nourished the earth and kept it alive, and his fierce protection of the world was a constant reminder that the gods watched over them. In the end, Thor was not just a mighty god of thunder. He was a symbol of protection, strength, and sacrifice. His story echoed throughout the 9 realms, a tale of a god who fought for what was right, who never faltered in his duty, and who, despite his immense power, understood the value of courage and selflessness. Thank you for watching. If you like this kind of video, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to get notified whenever we post a new video.